Hey, puppy people, it's Cindy Scott with Dogs Etc. Dog Training. I am here to talk about the best time to train your dog. And there's really two answers to this. There's the scientific answer, the real answer, and then there's my answer, the Cindy answer. So we'll start with the real answer. So it's kind of a trick question, but the real answer is puppyhood. I get calls from people all the time that they wait till their dog is 6 months, a year old, until they start training. Usually people put off the training until there's a problem. I mean, that's human nature, right? We don't care about the car maintenance until the car doesn't start, and then we have to do something, right? So ideally, though, the best time to train your dog is the neonatal period of development. And the neonatal period for puppies is from birth till about 4.5 months. That's the ideal time to train your dog. Just like little kids, that's when their brains are like little sponges. They're most susceptible to new ideas, and they catch on easiest to new things. So puppyhood is really the ideal time to train your dog. And puppyhood is up until about 4.5 5 months. Most people think that puppyhood goes till a year, which technically they're considered puppies until they're a year old. That's when they're an adult. But developmentally, that crucial period is up until about 4.5 months. At 4.5 months, that's when they start losing their baby teeth. They can get into adolescence 5, 6, 7 months, typically, depending on the breed, of course. There's breed differences. But typically that's when they hit adolescence. So now instead of the neonatal period, now they're into the adolescent period. Basically, your dog is a teenager after that. So as with humans, it's best to lay that foundation. So then when you get to the next stage of development, it's easiest to solve problems at that point. And quite frankly, if you've been doing everything from the beginning, you usually don't have a problem. So the best time to start training your dog is as soon as they're born. A good breeder, an exceptional breeder, will know this, and they will be doing certain things with your dog since birth: handling, conditioning, exercises. Once their eyes and ears open, they can even start doing some recalls, some sits, some basic obedience stuff, and even potty training. So, exceptional breeders will be laying the groundwork for potty training. You slowly can be doing some fun things like some recalls, playing some games with them, and definitely be working on that potty training, showing them where the pee zone is, rewarding them for going outside, keeping an eye on them, etc. Keep it fun. You guys have heard me say this. If you're not having fun training your dog, you're doing it wrong. So teaching them some basics, but also giving them those boundaries, that they're never allowed on the couch, if that's your rule. Definitely that they're never allowed to jump on people or take food from the table, those types of things that you're never going to want your dog to do. So the best time to train your dog is as soon as they hit your front door. And some simple things, as we talk about, just having them work for everything is a great way to do that. Making them do a sit before you feed them. Make them do a sit and a watch me before you pet them. Just integrating those fun things into your routine with your life. But ideally, if you have a puppy, that's the ideal time. We want to take advantage of puppyhood as much as we can. The more you work with a puppy, it's like money in the bank. It's an investment for the rest of their life. But if you don't have the luxury of having them as a puppy, it's the minute they hit the front door. All is not lost if you don't have them by the time they're 5 months old. But if they're over 5 months, keep in mind that it's going to be that much more challenging for them to not only catch on to new ideas, but to potentially break old habits. Old habits die hard, for sure. So the longer they've been doing something, the more challenging it is to stop that. They absolutely can, for sure, but you just have to be more patient and more consistent with them for them to learn. So, so if you have a puppy, take advantage of puppyhood. And I know that's difficult because of the vaccines. The vaccines complicate things, to be sure. So get them vaccinated, but the timing is crucial, because by the time they're done with their puppy series, they're 4 months old. They can't get vaccinated for the puppy rabies till they're 16 weeks anyway. So, so puppy class, it makes it challenging to get your puppy to puppy class because of those vaccines. Now, the CDC has said that it's safe for us to start meeting inside vaccinated people. So I'm very excited to be starting an inside Pee-wee puppy preschool, say that 10 times fast, this Saturday, so that we can start getting them after just a couple of vaccines, because the younger the better, to be sure. Until they have completed their puppy vaccine series, you don't want to take them out. We don't want to risk the chance of distemper, parvo, these deadly diseases. So get them vaccinated, but the timing is crucial, because by the time they're done with their puppy series, they're 4 months old. They can't get vaccinated for the puppy rabies till they're 16 weeks anyway. So, so puppy class, it makes it challenging to get your puppy to puppy class because of those vaccines.